ma'am. Shall we start?
Good morning.
Are you
Okay.
ready?
Breastfeed. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we
Go
can.
live, go live. Okay.
Ah, yes, ma'am. It's on, ma'am. Breastfeeding is not a choice, it's a responsibility. Good morning, everyone. A warm welcome to one and all present here. We have gathered here for an ISR event on breastfeeding awareness program, enabling breastfeeding to make a difference for working parents. Breastfeeding is more than just nourishing a baby. It's a profound connection between mother and a child, providing vital nutrients, immunity, and emotional bonding. Throughout this event, we will dive into science behind breastfeeding, debunk myths and misconceptions, and highlight the long-term benefits for both babies and mothers. Now, I request our head of the department, Professor Dr. N. Kanya Ma'am, to welcome the gathering.
Thank you, Infanta. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Infanta. Good morning, everyone. I'm happy to welcome today's speaker of the day, Dr. Ramya, consultant pediatric SLMCH. I'm happy to welcome you, ma'am. Uh, ma'am,
Thank you.
can you put your mic on mute? Okay. Happy to welcome you all. On behalf of the Department of Information Technology, on behalf of the UVA student chapter, and on behalf of SLMCH, I'm happy to welcome you all the participants who are joining with us through the virtual mode YouTube. My profound gratitude to our founder chancellor, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam sir, and our president, Engineer A.S. Arun Kumar sir, for their guidance and support for us to reach these heights. Um, uh, the event is about breastfeeding to the newborns. It is uh, we have designed that program how a working mother can manage to feed her child though she is busy with her work. Dr. Ramya is with us today to elaborate about the possibilities how a new mother can feed a newborn even though she is working. We are once again on behalf of the Department of IT. I am happy to welcome you, ma'am. Now I hand over the session to ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Now it's time to welcome our guest of the day, Dr. Ramya, ma'am. So it's a great pleasure and admiration to introduce our distinguished guest, the esteemed Dr. Ramya, consultant pediatrician, Sri Lalitambike Medical College and Hospital. Dr. Ramya is a renowned pediatrician who has made significant strides in the field of medicine. Unwavering determination and fervent desire to improve the lives of others. Throughout her career, consistently demonstrated an exceptional level of commitment to patient care and well-being. Today, as we gather to raise awareness for breastfeeding, we are fortunate to have Dr. Ramya here to inspire us with their knowledge, patience, and dedication. Her unwavering commitment to the well being of mothers and infants serves as a shining example of the positive impact can make on the world. Her passion of healing, teaching, and making a difference in the world serves as an inspiration to us all. Please join me in giving a warm, and heartfelt welcome to Dr. Ramya as we continue our journey toward fostering a culture of breastfeeding awareness and support for mothers everywhere. Together, we can create a healthier and brighter future for the next generation. Ma'am, I now hand over the section to the guest of the day.
Thank you. I'm Dr. Amya. I'm here to talk about Breastfeeding Week. So today is the first day of celebrating Breastfeeding Week. Usually it is celebrated from 1st August to 7th August. This year theme will be enabling breastfeeding, making a difference for working parents. So, who actually created this celebrating breastfeeding week is WABA, World Alliance for Breastfeeding Action. இவங்க தான் the organization. This is a global network where they have decided they will celebrate this World Breastfeeding Week from August 1st to August 7th. This year theme will be enabling breastfeeding, making a difference for working parents. That is how we will be helping the working mother to continue breastfeeding without any interruption. So the whole world is celebrating. So what is the significant? Why are we even doing this? Is we have to promote, protect, and support the breastfeeding across different levels of society, because we all know that WHO has told that the baby should be breastfed up till exclusively breastfed up till first 6 months of birth, and then to continue their breastfeeding up till 2 years of age. Why? Because why is it so important? Because breast milk contains a lot of antibodies that help the infant's body fight off infections. And also, it is a birthright of every child on his mother's feet. We all know that in this whole world, many are facing a lot of malnutrition. So, to prevent that malnutrition, the first step is to start breastfeeding. As soon as the baby is delivered, breastfeeding has to be started. That is, as soon as possible, breastfeeding has to be initiated, be it a normal delivery or be it a section. And also, this breast milk contains necessary nutrients in proper proportions. Also, the child who's breastfed is more smarter than the child who's artificially fed. That is, that increases a baby's IQ. And as said earlier, it also increases the immunity, wherein in infancy we have a lot of diseases like diarrheal diseases, pneumonia, and all that. So by giving breastfeeding, we can develop immunity for all these diseases, and also lowering the risk of developing obesity and allergies and eczemas in the baby in future. Also, it is easily available, and it is cost effective, where an artificial feed is more expensive, but breast milk is easily available. Only the mother has to get the adequate calories during the breastfeeding, and the baby is good set to go to start with the breastfeeding. And it is also easily digestible. It also enhances a good metabolism. It strengthens the gut. So these are few benefits of breast milk. That's the reason we are very particular that breastfeeding has to be started in a newborn as soon as possible, to create a future healthier generation. It not only benefits the baby, it also benefits the mother, wherein it reduces the risk of postpartum depression, and there is a wonderful bonding between it creates a bonding between the mother and the baby. There is also a reduced risk of breast and ovarian cancer in the mother, and it also reduces the risk of osteoporosis, and the mother can bring back her pre-pregnancy weight if she continues to feed the baby. um isn't breastfeeding a wonderful feel? Because when a baby cries, you think lovingly of the baby, and the baby cries, and baby suckles the nipple, and the nerve cells in your nipple, it sends a signal to the brain where there will be a release of oxytocin. Once the release of oxytocin, there will be contraction in the breast muscles, and then your breast milk is ejected out of your milk ducts, and the baby gets the milk. Isn't it wonderful? uh, so we are saying that as soon as the baby is delivered, we are supposed to latch the baby immediately. Why? Because there is something called as liquid gold, that is சீம்பால்னு சொல்லுவோம் தமிழ்ல. It's called as colostrum, which is a milk-like fluid formed by all the mammals before they get into their lactation period during pregnancy or while breastfeeding. There are a few benefits of this colostrum. Usually, it is secreted around 10 to 40 ml per day, and it is very rich in protein, and it boosts immunity and reduces infection and inflammations in the child. As we know that there's a lot of infections where a newborn will be able to encounter, because newborn is once the baby is born, it is less immune. So once you give this colostrum, it takes care of all the infections and inflammations that's happening around the baby. What is why we are saying this breast milk is so important? And also, we say that breastfeeding should be given exclusively for the first 6 months. With even the exclusively means we don't even give a single drop of water. It's only breast milk, which is the best milk for the next 6 months once the baby is born. So, what does it contain? So breast milk consists of 87% of water, and it contains 1% of protein and 4% of lipids and 7% of carbohydrates. It also contains a lot of vitamins and minerals. Can you store breast milk? This is one important thing, because we are here talking about helping the working mothers. So if the mother is going for work, and can you store the breast milk? The answer is yes, you can store the breast milk. If you're going to come back from work another like 4 5 hours, you can definitely express your breast milk and keep it at room temperature for 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours. You can comfortably keep it in the room temperature, and you can give it to the baby through this paladai. Or if you feel that you'll not be available for the next one day, even in that case, you can store the breast milk for 24 hours. In that case, you can keep it in a cooler with the frozen ice packs. So when you're taking out, you can just thaw the milk. That is, how do you thaw? Is you can place this milk, that is with the vessel, in a bowl of warm water, so that the milk gets thawed, and then you can then give away that milk to the newborn. You can also store this for a week in a refrigerator. And also, if you have to store it for 3 to 6 months, we can store it in a freezer of self-contained refrigerator or in a freezer unit. We can even store breast milk up to 1 year if we use deep freezers. So in what vessel we will store the breast milk? அப்படின்னு கேட்டிங்கன்னா, it is in a silver stainless steel container, or you can use a glass container. Plastics are strictly prohibited, because the fat content in the milk, it gets stuck it in the plastic thing, and then um, that fat content will not be going to the baby. So it's better you store it in a stainless silver steel, and you can also use glass vessels wherein you can store your. Also, you can keep the storage bags, so that it helps you save more space in the freezer as well. So we are helping the working parents. So how are we really going to help these working parents? Is there should be a workplace support for breastfeeding. So, discuss the importance of creating a breastfeeding friendly workplace that encourages and supports nursing mothers. Also, we should highlight the benefits of providing designated lactational rooms, flexible work schedules, and paid breastfeeding breaks to enable mothers to express milk comfortably. Policies and legislation address the need for comprehensive maternity leave and flexible return to work option that allow new mothers ample time to establish breastfeeding before rejoining the workforce. Also, we should advocate for the supportive legislation that protects mothers' right to breastfeed or express milk in public spaces without any discrimination. Partner involvement and support is a very important thing, where we should emphasize the role of partners in supporting breastfeeding mothers, both emotionally and practically, because there's a husband can support a mother emotionally and practically. Also, they should be actively able to take part in the role of childcare and household responsibilities that alleviates the burden on breastfeeding mothers. Um, we can also access to breastfeeding resources through where we promote awareness to local breastfeeding support groups, lactation consultants. There are a lot of lactation consultants available online, where the breastfeeding mothers can also talk to them, book an appointment with them, where they'll be able to clear all their doubts regarding breastfeeding. And a lot of online resources that can provide guidance and encouragement to the working parents. Also, we should highlight the importance of investing in accessible and reliable breastfeeding education and counseling services. Providing breastfeeding facilities in the public spaces is a very important thing that we all should be able to do it. There should be a establishment of advocate for the establishment of breastfeeding friendly facilities in public spaces like shopping malls, airports, public transports, and to accommodate the need for the working parents on the go, whether they can able to they'll be able to express the feed, and they'll be able to store it, or they can on the go they can even feed their baby. I mean, the the surroundings should be more breastfeeding friendly. Also, we should encourage the employers to offer breastfeeding education programs to increase awareness among the workplace and create a supportive environment for the nursing new mothers, wherein it will be helpful for them as well in the future. At community level and social support and social level also, we have to stress the significance of societal importance in normalizing breastfeeding and dispelling the stigmas around the breastfeeding in public. We should also encourage the communities to organize events and awareness campaigns like how we are doing now during the breastfeeding week to talk about the benefits of breastfeeding and to promote and to protect and support the breastfeeding. So, to conclude, enabling breastfeeding for working parents is not just an individual responsibility, it requires collective efforts from the employers, policymakers, from the partners, and society as a whole. By implementing supportive workplace policies, enacting legislation that protects breastfeeding rights, and fostering a culture of understanding and acceptance, we can make a positive difference for working parents who choose to breastfeed. Embrace breastfeeding as a shared responsibility will not only benefit the health and well-being of our children, but also contribute more inclusive and family-friendly society. Thank you. Happy World Breastfeeding Day.
Thank, thank you,
Any
ma'am.
doubts?
Students, you can post your questions in. If you have any queries, just post it in the link. Ma'am, we have a question that how to make baby to have lactation for more hours. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Sorry, I think there's some technical glitch. Can you come again?
How to make baby to have lactation for more hours.
How to?
Make baby to have lactation for more hours.
You can actually feed the baby for 20 minutes in each breast. I think that would be more than sufficient, where the baby will be able to get both the fore milk and the hind milk. So, if you let the baby only feed for like 10 minutes, baby gets only the fore milk, where it is going to be more watery. The hind milk consists of a lot of vitamins and there's going to be fat even in the hind milk. So, you should be able to feed the baby for 20 minutes. You should have a proper position to feed the baby. There are a few latching positions to feed the baby, so you can as well talk to lactational consultants. They'll be able to help you even once the baby is delivered. The nurses will be helping the new mothers, like as in how to hold the baby while breastfeeding. Everything will be taught, and it is mandatory that the baby should feed every 2 to 3 hours. On demand feeds we should help the baby to breastfeed, and it should be breastfed 20 minutes in each breast per feed, every feed. Anything else?
And we have another question that can we store milk for more than one day?
Yeah, you can store milk for more than one day. You can keep it in the refrigerator, and you can use the milk. And once you're taking out of the fridge, you can thaw the milk. How do you thaw? Is it you can take a bowl of warm water, and you have to put this stored milk in that warm water with the container, so that the milk gets thawed, say in half an hour, and then you can use that milk for the baby. At room temperature, you can store for 4 to 6 hours. You don't have to refrigerate or do anything. After 4 hours, you can, if after 4 to 6 hours, if there's anything remaining, you can discard it. Once you take from the refrigerator, you are not supposed to go freeze it again. That is not going to be helpful.
I think there is no more questions, ma'am. Is there any questions? Let us wait for another 1 minute, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, we have another question that what food boosts the milk secretion? Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Ma'am, what food boosts the milk secretion?
Okay, there's a lot of galactagogues that helps in milk secretion, like garlic, fresh garlic, and the foods that is rich in protein, high calorie food, and most importantly, the mother should take 3 to 4 liters of water in a day per day. The fish, sora சொல்லுவாங்க இல்லையா, usually sora and garlic, all these are galactagogues. Anything that is rich in protein that will help you, that will help you with a good milk secretion. Apart from all this, the mother should get that calories needed for breastfeeding, and the baby should be able to suckle the breast frequently. That is going to help in more milk secretion.
We have another question that how long should we need to feed the baby? The exact.
20 minutes you need to feed the baby for every feed. Each breast 20 minutes, 20 minutes, every feed you have to feed. And every 2 to 3 hours the baby will demand. On demand feeds we should be able to breastfeed the baby, and you should feed up till 6 months. It's going to be only exclusive breastfeeding, and which means not even a single drop of water. That means it is called as exclusive breastfeeding. And you can continue this breastfeeding up till 2 years of age. After 6 months we'll be able to wean the baby. So other foods, complementary feeding, can be started. Along with that you can breastfeed the baby for 2 years. But for the first 6 months it is only exclusive breastfeeding.
There is no more questions, ma'am. But just we can wait for another minute, ma'am. Okay, we don't have any other questions. End this session, ma'am. So thank you for your valuable speech on this breastfeeding awareness, ma'am. Thank you very much. Now I call Varshini of final year to give the vote of thanks.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. A very good afternoon to one and all gathered here. I am Varshini of BTech IT final year. On behalf of all students and faculty members, I am glad to be here and to express my vote of thanks on this auspicious occasion. Let me first start with thanking the Almighty God for making this event a resounding success. Then I sincerely thank the guests of honor Dr. Ramya V, consultant pediatrician Sri Lalitambigai Medical College and Hospital for taking time from a busy schedule and gracing the occasion with a warm presence. I want to express my profound gratitude to our founder chancellor, Thiru A.C. Shanmugam, and president engineer for their continuous guidance and pillar of support in organizing such events. I also thank our Vice Chancellor, Dr. S. Geeta Lakshmi, for her continuous guidance and encouragement in all our efforts. I also thank our HOD, Dr. N. Kanya, for always supporting and guiding us. I thank Dr. M. Kirtika and Mrs. S. Agalya, the event organizers, for their effort in organizing this event successfully. Last but not least, I thank all the students who attended this event patiently and in disciplined manner. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashni. And the feedback link has been posted in the comment box. So you can click on the link and just give your feedbacks. So I thank all the faculty members and the students of the Department of IT for gathering here and making this event successful. I also thank all the public who had participated in this event and making this event successful. Thank you, everyone.